Hey guys, we're back with with the no mindfuck. It seems not. I seem it must be. I made no sense there whatsoever. 427. Remember those numbers? Yeah. Anyway, we're back with another couple of endings. And yeah, it's sad for me to say this, but this is the last episode of Stanley Parable that I can produce. I'm sorry. Look at all the endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
mean? I know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
what's
room.
this?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my God!
How hard Stanley looked,
I may have looked up to find this one out. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. How the fuck do you do this? Control. Fucking go. Oh shit! I can't go. Oh, and there we go. I can go. Oh, hello. Oh, there we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken.
Let me just adjust my audio. Just bump it up for you guys so you can actually hear the thing for once. In this game.
Until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Really?
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yes.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh my God, there's a gag again.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well,
yes.
I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now.
Oh my
You could
God.
have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Sorry.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
I like to push them buttons.
Did it all day in a meaningful way.
Oh
but
my
his
God.
brain had
Like
long
stuck in
ceased
hell.
to function. Which is why he is in this parable. And
Oh.
lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Just repeat. Like, am I even going further away from this? Okay, there's no more. There's no more words. Let's say. Wonder if he'd do it again.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
There we go. It's empowering people. No, there we go. There we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map
until
he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design.
Gonna press no this time, see if it works.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
I know.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we
Yes.
take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh my god, there's a guy again.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
What?
Would I have taken the same idea but
the fuck?
rephrased
Oh,
it superficially to fit that
okay.
answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
True.
Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not.
I listened
In
to it
fact,
because he sang a
I'm
song.
just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yes.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing? No matter how hard Stanley looked, he
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
find a trace of his co-workers.
I want to go back through. I like it here.
At
Cozy.
first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map
I have.
until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh my god, there it is again.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game and...
Okay. Let's go and do some fucking other enemies.
All this co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open
Go
doors,
this way, screw
he
you.
entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single
And
person
yes,
here
this
either.
is the meeting room.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Okay.
up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Let's go stay in the broom closet.
There was nothing here. No
There's
choice
everything
to make,
here.
no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if
Teabagging
there
the
was
floor,
something to
man.
interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it
This
is,
jury
he's literally just
tape.
standing there
There's
doing
a
sweet
metal appliance
ballet.
with nuclear sign on it. Yep, look, there's a nuclear sign on it.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes, I
Standing
am.
around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Really? Staying
You
here.
do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. but it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yes,
Maybe
it is.
when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The
What voice
broom
is
closet
that?"
ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Friends, this is my favorite
Stanley
ending.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh,
He probably only
God.
got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Oh.
That all with drug money. Also, Stanley is
Hurtful.
addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to
Yep,
alert someone
just
nearby
collapsed on the keyboard.
so as to
Nah,
ensure
sounds
that
fitting,
your
right?
body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Is he? Is he? There? Oh, stay really still. Perch.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh my god. A bunch of invalids, the narrator called me. That's why I hate him. It's a very lazy episode, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Alright?
Coming to a staircase,
Ow!
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Screw you. Screw you. I had never turn that off.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh my god.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well guys, sorry, but this is the last ever, well, maybe not the last ever episode,
When
depends if I
Stanley
can.
came to a set of two open
conjure up
doors,
some
he
things.
entered the door on his left.
There is no really endings, it's just whole thing.
Yet there was not a
So-
single person here either. Feeling a
Yeah.
wave of disbelief,
No
Stanley
ending.
decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh my god. The light! Oh my god, I broke the game. Oh, Jesus. Doing action and, you know, stuff happens. Oh god, I've locked myself in here. Oh heavens to be, this is actual hell. Oh heavens to be. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Ah, shit. Well, that escalated quickly.